Hey, yo, what's Gamer Players? It's your boy, Desmond Sharpman, back out here on this Madden NFL 21 franchise mode, and we are here with another 1 o'clock scheduled game here in week 13. And in this matchup, we have the Las Vegas Raiders coming in at 2-9. They will be taking on D Sharp and the unbeaten, yes, the unbeaten New York Jets, who come in at 11-0, currently the number one seed in the AFC playoffs, the number one seed in their division. So as you can see from the playoff picture, the Jets currently have the first round bye. They're trying to hold on to their unbeaten season and make sure they officially get the first round bye, because after their last win over Miami, they have officially clinched a spot in the playoffs. So you already know the Jets are going to be going to the playoffs, and they're looking to just continue playing strong. And D Sharp, their quarterback, he's looking to continue playing his best season. As you take a look at his stats, 4,674 passing yards, 53 touchdown passes with only one interception. He has been playing his best season for that Jet team. He's looking to continue that. Now the rushing game for the Jets has been okay. The Le'Veon Bell has been rushing well, and D Sharp has been rushing as well too. You've seen in most of those games that the Jets have played, D Sharp has ran by himself, and he has been a fantastic runner. And the Jets, they're currently in second in offense, in team offense this season. So you can see that their offense has been playing well. Now, and for the defensive side, they're currently number one in the league. After what Baltimore had did in their game against Dallas. But anyways, we are set to go. But before we start, if you haven't seen the rest of week 13, make sure to go check it out. And make sure to check out the last 12 weeks of action, just in case you missed those weeks, so you won't miss those as well throughout the season. So you won't forget everything that's happened, because every single one of these games, for every single one of these weeks, is going to be on a playlist for this Madden series as it continues on. So with that, we're set to go. So let's head to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, as the Raiders and Jets do battle in MetLife Stadium. Let's go. D Sharp looks to continue his brilliant season throwing the football, as the Jets looking to go to 12-0. And those were the stats for Julian Willis in his last game against the Miami Dolphins, where the Jets got the season sweep of that team.
Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0 on the other side of the field for the visiting.
All right, so the Jets, they're gonna kick it out to the Raiders to begin the game. So we're going to see Derek Carr in that Raider offense to begin the game. And with that, we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And this was not going to be returned, as this was going to be a touchback. So Derek Carr and the Raiders set to begin their drive. And Derek Carr, his season has been okay, but the touchdowns, he only has 7 on the season, looking to improve. Even though his team does have 2 wins, both against AFC division teams, but since then they haven't won a lot of games. They have lost 9 games this season, and it hasn't been looking pretty good for them. On the first play, they hand it to James Smith, and he'll go down, getting us to the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4, a toss to Smith. And he'll go down, getting us to the 40-yard line. First down, Las Vegas.
It's a first down. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon. On first down,
Carr, and he fumbles already. And the Jets pick it up. So the Jets are going to take over possession. And look who's leading them out. D Sharp. Just look at his numbers on the season. Did anybody expect that to happen? Like, did anybody?
It's 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting he continues to streak.
Here's Bell. And he'll go down after a gain of 6 yards to the 24.
And as we discovered and talked with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run, that's only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 or 50 carries in this game. 6 yards on that last play. You're 2nd and 4.
D Sharp looking. He's going to take off. And he's going to pick up a first down. A gain of 7 that time. I mean, what is there D Sharp cannot do? Like seriously, what is there anything he can't do? He can throw, but he can run by himself. And to be honest with you, he's been one of the best with the option play. Because every time he does the option play, it works. Here's a toss. Bell. And he'll go down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3.
Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position. Now they'll switch it up here.
D Sharp throwing over the middle to Denzel Mims. And he'll go down at the 1-yard line, bringing up a first and goal. So a quick turnover there for Las Vegas, leading it already to a first and goal for New York.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
D Sharp throwing, and that's caught by Willis. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown passes, young quarterback throws, and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed. Let's both do the analysis. Impressed? Are we both? fan.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now. You can see the confidence in the team has grown.
Extra point is good, and the Jets, they take an early 7-0 advantage. So they take advantage of the turnover by Las Vegas on the fumble, and they turn it into 6 points. I mean, just how dominant their offense has been with Willis, Young Buck, D-Sharp on the offensive end. I mean, that's the only way you'll get past them, to be honest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one's not going to be returned by Jones, so this one's going to be a touchback.
Jones elects for the touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You get an empty possession, put the ball away, get yourself something.
First and 10 here for Las Vegas.
It changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you.
And here's James Smith. And he'll go down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the hole and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself,
Carr looking deep downfield and the double coverage for Williams, and he dropped it.
Going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
that's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time you get in close, get in tight, and knock the ball away.
3rd and 4 here for Las Vegas.
Now on 3rd down, Carr. He's going to
Carr over the middle, caught by James Smith.
and he's going to have
And he'll go down inside the 40. A gain of 34.
34 yards there. Not running backs in the passing game. They're just used to check it down to
The Jets secondary had that covered, but they didn't have that covered well enough.
turned it into a really nice game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
Carr with nobody open, and he's sacked.
He's down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, but it results in a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately,
So 2nd and 23 after that sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr.
Carr looking deep for Williams, and that one's picked. Marcus May picks it on. And the Jets, they're going to get the ball back.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the
The
interception.
Jets defense is locked in.
Defense, because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than
And here's Bell.
And he stops
And he'll go down right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. And let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a shotgun snap is
D-Sharp downfield and goodbye. Julian Willis, touchdown.
becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Jets get the
You can't be serious. How could you leave him open like that?
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown.
I mean, he's been pretty well with that post route. He has been pretty well with that post route, and D-Sharp has been connecting.
Can you throw a touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
Barr now to add the extra point.
The extra point is good, and the Jets take a 14-0 lead.
First quarter lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will sing this one away.
And this one's not going to be returned, as this one's going to be a touchback.
Jones elects for the touchback. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force it.
And here's Jaden Smith,
A nice start
and
to
he'll go down to the 37, first down Raiders.
And I have to admit, I'm excited about that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing on first down is Carr.
And Carr, he's sacked.
Pressure, 2 matches, down he goes.
That Jet defense on some passes that these quarterbacks are trying to throw, they just get to the quarterback. I don't know how they do it, but that pressure of the Jets, it's just crazy.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Raiders with the football.
So at the start of the second quarter, here's Smith, and they'll bring him down at the 30, but still a long way to climb. 3rd and 18.
Go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Jets are bringing in Nicholson as they try to stop this 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr.
Carr, nobody's open, and he throws it incomplete. So that brings up a 4th down.
Sink here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's like none on this one either.
They won it 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this
And
one
Young
away.
Buck, he's not going to return this one. And they're going to down it inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And D Sharp and his teammate Julian Willis back out there for the Jets. And what can the Raiders do to contain them? They've already given up 2 touchdowns. Not only the one near the red zone, but a deep ball for the 2nd touchdown for Willis. And I don't know what they're going to do, because
I just love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
and here's Bell.
And a short pickup.
And a short pickup that time. A gain of only 3.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
D Sharp looking. Oh, I'm not sure if D Sharp was trying to throw it away or run, but the flag comes out.
So he was passing on his scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
I couldn't tell whether D Sharp was gonna run or was he gonna throw it, but either way, it turns into a 3rd and 12 after that flag, and he even lost a down on that play. So he's not going to be happy about that. D Sharp looking deep once again, and look who's there. Julian Willis, touchdown.
Spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Another deep ball.
He can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Yo, man. Dude, I really don't even know what to say right now about the Jets' performance. I mean, the way that they have been playing so far this season on offense, they have improved. The defense has been solid. Oh my goodness. The Jets are now up 21-0. So the Jets already know what they're getting themselves into. They know what's coming up after the last 4 weeks. It's the NFL playoffs. They're trying to get ready for it. They're trying to make sure that they remain the number 1 seed. They're trying to make sure that they don't lose any more games so they can stay the number 1 seed. So the Raiders back out there, and they're now trailing by 21 points now, and they have got to get things together. And Jaden Smith, nice running there as he picked up a first down. Gain of 14 that time.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking for the gun, it's Carr.
Oh my goodness. Jaden Smith could not hold on to that one. 2nd and 10. Carr, blitz coming, gets hit, and it's incomplete. Carr, and that was caught by Darren Waller, and he's got a Raider first down.
You often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Carr now on 1st down.
Carr, deep ball. Oh my goodness, that could have been intercepted. Even though it was 2 defenders in the area, but instead 2nd down. Carr, deep ball. And that was not going to be caught inbounds. Incomplete. Third and 10, Carr, and he's sacked. The Jets defense just continues to get at him. And Las Vegas, their season just hasn't turned out right. It just hasn't turned out right. It just hasn't turned into the way they wanted it to. I mean, their first time being in Las Vegas, and their season hasn't going pretty well. Only 2 wins on the season against division teams, and the non-losses hasn't been great losses. It has been bad losses.
They really distanced themselves. They have put the penalty to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run.
And here's Bell. And he'll go down, which brings this one to the 2-minute warning. The Jets, they most definitely have this one in the win column. Not just yet though, because it's still a second half to be played. Anything can happen now.
Halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the
D Sharp, left side, and he's gonna find Bell, but only for a gain of a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense broke pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out your running back and it can turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
3rd and 2. D Sharp. Oh, and Young Buck had it, but he dropped the pass.
That they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And I don't think the Jets are getting off the field. They're gonna go for it.
How about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
4th and 2, and D Sharp's gonna find the tight end Griffin. And he'll go down at the 36-yard line.
Curious decision to go for it. That pays off for the first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
D Sharp, and he's gonna find Young Buck, and Young Buck is off to the races. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line.
Big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they took field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll look to throw again.
D Sharp looking to throw again, and wide open is Young Buck for the Jets touchdown.
2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Showing some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out.
Yo, man, what can you do? I don't understand it.
No, because with the improv,
Like, now the Raiders had that covered, and they just left him wide open.
guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break care.
And you already know D Sharp is fired up.
Kept his eyes up and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Bar now to have the
And
extra
DeAndre Simmons, I don't even know if he realizes it, but he hasn't even gotten a sack on D Sharp. Nobody on the Raiders have gotten a sack on D Sharp yet.
8-0 now. A drive that time is
It's just they can't defend the pass game. Every single pass to Willis has been a deep pass, and it's just crazy how it's hurting the Raiders' performance. But you gotta understand, the Jets have played their best season so far, and they don't want any team to take them down. I mean, they want to make sure that it's a good game, but if they realize that a team hasn't played a good season, they're probably gonna destroy them. Not saying that would happen, but that's what the Jets are thinking right now. Every time they see a bad team that they're facing, they're gonna think about blowing them out, or maybe having a low-scoring game. Who knows? But the way this game is going, the Raiders haven't been playing their best season, and they're getting blown out. So they got to do something. Carr looking to throw. He had all day. And that was complete. And James Smith was able to make the catch. Where did he come from?
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Carr. And it's incomplete with 2 seconds remaining. And, I mean, the Raiders tried to get into field goal range, but instead, Carr, look at deep, Waller, and it's incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. Jets with a 28-0 lead. This is just too much of a dominant Jets team, to be honest.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on.
Up next, we will be in Minnesota as the 1-10 Jags get set to take on the 1-10 Vikings. Then we're going to be in Miami as the Dolphins trying to bounce back after falling twice, both times to the Jets, as they host the Cincinnati Bengals.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And to be honest, for the 12th game in a row for the Jets, they have had the lead in the first half. I'm talking about I'm not really sure almost every game, but every game they have played a great first half, and it continues in this one. And they're gonna get the ball to start the second half now. And this one's not going to be returned, as this one's going to be a touchback. So D-Sharp and the Jets are going to take over.
The New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
And can the Raider defense do something on this possession?
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
D-Sharp, and he's going to find Julian Willis, who reaches for a first down.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And I'll tell you what, a few more plays like that, it won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
D-Sharp looking left side. Oh my goodness. Young Buck could not hold on to that one.
Teams still throwing with this kind of a lead. You start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And here's a toss to Bell. And he'll go down right at the 42-yard line.
You know how we get focused at the end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and what you need to do. Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
D-Sharp, and he's going to find Julian Willis again.
He's going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the field goal.
This Jets offense this season, it has just been amazing to watch.
So we turn to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go get better receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively.
I mean, the way this Jets team has been playing so far this season has been unbelievable. And D Sharp just continues to play great. 4 touchdown passes. He's looking to continue to play great as Bell is wide open. Touchdown Jets. I'm talking about after Bell caught that ball, it was great blocking, wide open space. Wow. Extra point is good, and it's 35-zip. And Jones is not going to return this one, as this one's going to be a touchback. So Derek Carr set to come back out for Las Vegas.
And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? Shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much.
And here's James Smith. And he'll go down at the 26-yard line.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. Really nice job.
Carr. And open is Darren Waller. And he'll go out of bounds at the 31. A gain of 4, 3rd down. Carr, and that one's intercepted. And again, Carr had got hit on the play. And the Jets, they're going to get the ball back yet again. And Julian Willis back out there again for New York. And that's 3 turnovers for the Raiders, and that's one of the reasons why they're struggling in this one. They haven't stopped the Jets offense yet, and they are just trying to look for some answer. D Sharp looking deep, and that one's incomplete. He was trying to go to Young Buck in the end zone that time, but it's incomplete. And D Sharp, he's gonna go down. Maurice Hurst, he gets to D Sharp, and that's the first time they've gotten to him all game.
What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
And he kicks this one short. And Ariza goes down, getting it to the 15.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
And here's Jaden Smith.
What I mean by that is,
And he'll go down at the 20-yard
pretty
line.
clinical at the half, not too emotional. You might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Carr gets hit again, and it's picked again. Brian McDougal picks it, and he returns it.
Gets up, pick six, and Jet touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
I don't understand it. Like, every time Carr sees somebody open, and as soon as he's about to throw it, he just gets hit, and all of a sudden the throw ends up bad, and then it's an interception.
Ball on for the extra point.
This Jet defense has been great. They have been great all season, and it continues here.
Here in the third quarter.
And it's 42-0. I mean, you know, how many times the Jets have scored over 40 points this season? They have scored a bunch of them. They have scored a bunch of 40 points, 50 points, over 50 points, over 70 points. Like, how many could they score? I mean, they scored a bunch of points this season.
And this will come out to the 25.
They have scored a bunch of points this season against their opponents.
Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run.
And here's Jaden Smith on the ground,
They gotta get their timing back.
and he still need to get it going. He gets a first down, but they still gotta get it going.
Yards right off the bat and a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the
And Carr, pressure comes at him, and he's sacked.
Pressure here, Carr taking the hand.
You know, on these types of things, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go.
And that's gonna do it for the third quarter.
Get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
And Carr fumbles again. And the Jets pick it up. Oh my gosh.
Football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy who used to
Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with that offensive line for the Raiders, but they have had their struggles, and their season just hasn't been going too well. And they come into this game with a 2-9 record, going up against a team that has been unbeaten, has no losses yet, a quarterback that has played well, wide receivers that has played well, a running back that has played well, and Le'Veon Bell. And this has been a rough game for him.
This defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? Looks like they're headed towards it.
And here's Bell.
But 20 was the threshold because
And he'll go down, getting this to the 10.
tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
And D Sharp, he's gonna run with it right side. And did he get the first? He was just short.
The 3.
So a 4th and 1.
This is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it.
So a 4th and 1, and the Jets, they're gonna stay on the field to go for it. As D Shark is taken down. I don't know what happened there.
Touchdown nor the first down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they were
That was bad blocking there.
already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there.
And Carr, oh my goodness, it's intercepted again.
This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp
You guys, I just don't get it. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. The Raiders have been struggling all game. They just continue to struggle, and all of a sudden, it looks like they're gonna lose another game, because this game has been all Jets the entire way, and they just had no answer. And D Sharp's gonna run the option, and he'll go down, getting it to the 2. I mean, D Sharp has been doing well on the option play, so he says, why not? Why not? We're near the red zone. Why not do it? And he's going to do it again, and this time he's going to score. Touchdown, Jets.
It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all the great preparation, the great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort.
And the extra point is good, and the Jets, they extend their lead even more.
Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this one's not going to be returned, as this one's going to be a touchback.
25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's going to
And you saw the stats, guys. 4 interceptions for Derek Carr. He just hasn't played his best game. The pressure has been coming at him all game. But this time he finds Jaden Smith on the screen. And he'll go down at the 40-yard line.
a cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around, probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of it.
And Carr is sacked. The sack for the Jets, they just continue to happen.
In this case, though, he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's
Man.
2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try.
Carr
First down sack.
looking, and this one's incomplete.
Releases it, and now fall incomplete. Haley runs the
So 3rd and 19, and the Raiders are in another 3rd and long situation. Carr, and it's picked again.
interception. Picked off by Bless on Austin. Yet another mistake after the interception there, guys. You look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
Well,
Certainly can't. And also
I can't believe what I'm witnessing. That's 5 interceptions by Derek Carr, and his team has no points on the board. They haven't even scored, and I don't know what can they do. What can they do to bounce back from this? Like, what? I mean, just what can they do?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's just the question. What can the Raiders do to bounce back from this?
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with
I
offensively.
mean, not only is the Raiders gonna lose, they're gonna lose badly.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the
I mean, to be honest, they have been losing badly so far this season. It has been a lot of bad losses for the Raiders. A lot of most of the teams have been blowing them out, and another team does it. But this time, a team who has been unbeaten throughout the season.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
D Sharp deep downfield, and look who's downfield. It's Young Buck for a first down.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having.
I mean, just look at that blocking from that offensive line for the Jets. I mean, they are just gonna continue to roll as their winning streak is gonna continue.
And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun
And here's
to
Bell. And he'll go down to the 10-yard line.
6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So I believe one more first down could seal it for New York. 2nd and 4. D Sharp's gonna run on the option play. And I don't think he got the first, but anyways, they're gonna let the clock run down as the Jets are gonna remain unbeaten, as they're gonna move to 12-0 now on the season, as they remain the number 1 seed in the AFC, dropping the Raiders' 10th game now. They win 49-0, a shutout of the Raiders.
They worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there.
Yo, you guys, what can the Raiders do to bounce back from this? I mean, what can they do? Because they just got destroyed by an unbeaten team.
So for the Jets, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gordon. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
D Sharp and the Jets have done it again. The 12th victory on the season for them.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
I mean, the Jets. What can they? What? Who's gonna? Like I keep saying this every week. The Jets have played, and the same result continues to happen with the team that they're playing. The only game that was the close one for the Jets to win was in Week 8. And from then, they have not allowed a team to have a close game with this Jets team. And this season, the Jets have only had a close game twice this season. And that was in Week 1 and Week 8. And they have not allowed a team to have a close game with the Jets since. And here are the stats, and D Sharp, you have gotta give this man a bunch of credit. He only got sacked one time, and he wasn't even mad about that, cause he threw 5 touchdown passes again. He threw 5 touchdown passes again. Threw over 300 yards again. He just keeps playing his best season for this Jets team. No matter why they're still unbeaten, no matter why they're still number 1 in the AFC playoffs, no wonder why they're in contention for the first round bye. Derek Carr, he struggled, man. He struggled. 118 yards throwing it, over 100 yards throwing it, but 5 interceptions and 7 sacks. His team just couldn't get the job done in that one. They was going against an unbeaten team. You know how sometimes that has been difficult. But here's the run game. Jaden Smith, 9 carries for 73 yards. Le'Veon Bell, 12 carries for 41 yards. And D Sharp ran 6 times for 21 yards and a touchdown run. Here's the receiving. Julian Willis, another great performance. 5 catches for 193 yards and 3 scores. Young Buck, 3 catches, 125 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Smith, 3 catches, 97 yards. Le'Veon Bell, two catches for 44 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller, 2 catches, 21 yards. The tight end Ryan Griffin, a catch for 13 yards. And the rookie Denzel Mims, he caught the ball for 12 yards. So for the Jets, the streak lives as they boost their record up to a strong 12-0 now on the season. And they will hit the road in Week 14 for a huge matchup with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they're now in the double-digit marks in the losses now as they fall to 2-10, which is their worst season so far. And they will have a chance to bounce back at home when they take on the Indianapolis Colts. And D Sharp, he does it again. Now on the season, he has 58 touchdown passes, and he is now over the 5,000 passing yard mark on the season. Unbelievable performance by D Sharp. He has played an incredible season. And Julian Willis now has 31 touchdowns. And Young Buck has now improved to 15 touchdowns on the season. As his great season continues for this Jets team. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this game, and also from what we've seen in this game, the Jets, they're gonna remain the first seed. They're gonna remain in position for a first round bye. But if you enjoyed this game, make sure to smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're on a roll to 150 subscribers now, and we're gonna see you guys in the next game in Minnesota as the Vikings and Jags duke it out for win number 2 on the campaign. Both teams have had a struggle season so far.